Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here, as always, to keep you posted on all the latest. The transfer market is closed, but we have many things to say, always behind the scenes and not only, and so let's jump into it together. I told you guys you'll never be alone here on the channel. I will always be here. Maybe some of you arrived on the channel in the recent weeks during the summer transfer window, but those who are part of this almost 3 million family know that here on YouTube we're always delivering every single day, always keeping you posted. And today, guys, I wanted to mention several stories. Let me start with Gigi Donnarumma, because it's official that he signed this Manchester City contract for 6 years, so five plus one, but also that he's taking number shirt 25, and so Donnarumma, new Manchester City signing. Who is leaving Manchester City is İlkay Gündoğan, one of the moves of the day. Yes, today, Tuesday, because the market is still open in Turkey, but they can only register players for European competitions, so Galatasaray, Fenerbahce, by today at midnight. And so what happens is that Galatasaray have agreed a deal and sealed a deal to sign İlkay Gündoğan from Manchester City. It's a free transfer. Manchester City will save 3 months of his salary, the ones of this summer, and Gündoğan signed a 2-year contract till 2027 as a new Galatasaray player. He really wanted to play on consistent basis. Gündoğan feels that he's still able to play at the highest level, able to play in Champions League football. He's really competitive, so doesn't want to sit on the bench for the whole season at Manchester City. Pep Guardiola several times repeated over the recent months and recent weeks how the squad was too big at Manchester City, and so the message was quite clear, with maximum respect for Gündoğan, who is always going to be a top player, always going to be a legend of Manchester City, always going to be one of the most loved players by Pep Guardiola, but was time to part ways, and Gündoğan is very happy to sign his 2-year contract at Galatasaray. So, deal done. Many questions on Ademola Lookman. If Ademola Lookman can move to Turkey, Galatasaray, Fenerbahce. Guys, many reports, but I'm not aware of any move to the Turkish clubs for Ademola Lookman. It's been a crazy summer for Lookman, but despite the attempt from Bayern, because yes, Bayern tried for Ademola Lookman, a loan deal with buy option at 28 million euros, guys. Atalanta, I'm told, didn't even reply to the bid from Bayern. So Bayern didn't even get a rejection of the proposal. For Atalanta, it was impossible even to consider that bid. There was never a topic, never ever a topic, never ever one of the possibilities discussed by Atalanta. Why? Because Atalanta already had big money on the table on a permanent transfer for Ademola Lookman, loan with obligation but absolutely guaranteed, so like a permanent transfer. It was from Inter, end of July. Inter offered 45 million euros, 42 plus 3 in bonuses, and Atalanta said no. Atalanta didn't even indicate a price, but in the industry the feeling is that for something around 50 million euros maybe the player could be available. Well, no one offered that money, no one reached 50. The best offer was from Inter, 45, but Atalanta didn't want to sell the player for that money. So for Bayern it was absolutely impossible to get Ademola Lookman on loan with buy option. He was an option for Tottenham. I can tell you that Tottenham, before going all in for Randal Colomboigny, considered the possibility to go for Lookman. Different players, of course. One is a winger, the other one is a striker, but Tottenham wanted to do a similar deal, maybe a loan with buy option. Atalanta said, forget about that. So Bayern tried with an official bid, rejected. Tottenham thought about this possibility, but was not even a chance. And so Lookman at the moment stays at Atalanta, unless something crazy happens on the markets who are still open, but Lookman has been included in the Champions League squad by Atalanta, and so at the moment the situation remains under control between the Nigerian player who asked to leave the club and Atalanta. So we are gonna follow the situation. One secret to reveal from the summer transfer window is on Manchester United. In the last 48 hours of the summer transfer window, Man United tried to sign Conor Gallagher. Man United considered that possibility to go for Conor Gallagher. Then it was not possible to make it happen, because Man United wanted to sign Gallagher on a loan deal, while Atletico Madrid already rejected an approach from Crystal Palace 10 days ago for Conor Gallagher on loan. The top targets for Palace were Conor Gallagher and Jeremy Pino. Jeremy Pino arrived. Gallagher, they tried to bring him back to the club. If I remember well, he was already player of the season at Palace in 2022, so he knows the club very well. But then the answer from Atletico to Manchester United was no chance to that surprise proposal made by Manchester United. United in the final hours of the summer transfer window. So they tried for a midfielder, but no for the Conor Gallagher deal. Something else, guys, to mention on Manchester United is regarding Dibu Martínez. Because Manchester United tried for Dibu Martínez in the final days of the summer transfer window, but it was not possible to reach an agreement with Aston Villa. Aston Villa never considered a loan as a possibility for Emi Martinez, while Manchester United were hoping to do a swap with Jadon Sancho, not in the same negotiation, in separate discussions, but to find a solution. Something like you get Sancho on a permanent transfer and we can find a solution for Emi Martinez. No, because Sancho went on loan to Aston Villa. About Sancho, we'll tell you more in the next hours. But on Dibu Martínez, I can tell you that Dibu was really ready on the move. Dibu was really prepared to go, but this deal didn't happen because Lammens was available on different conditions, 21 million euros plus add-ons, but paid in several years and also with a completely different salary compared to Emi Martinez. So Manchester United decided to proceed for Lammens. They believe he's a goalkeeper for present, but also for the future, with big talent, with the opportunity to develop, and so the Dibu Martínez deal collapsed. Dibu is not going to Turkey. Galatasaray thought about this possibility on deadline day, but the player is not keen on that kind of move. He prefers to stay in Europe. It's World Cup season, so he wants to stay in Premier League, and the decision of Dibu Martínez is very clear. He also received some approaches from Saudi over the summer, but from what I'm told, the clear priority of Dibu has always been to stay in Europe. Aston Villa hope to continue with Dibu. Aston Villa are more than happy with him, even if there was this possibility with Man United. Dibu is considered the starting goalkeeper by Aston Villa. This is why they didn't buy any other keeper. They thought about Lammens, but then Lammens ended up at Manchester United, and so that was the story for Dibu Martínez. We are gonna follow his future very soon. And then, guys, I wanted to mention one more quick story, and it's about Dele Alli, because Dele Alli contract at Como was terminated before the end of the transfer window, and so it means that Dele Alli can join any club as a free agent. The player is available on the market. Dele Alli is quite keen on a new opportunity. At Como, he arrived in January, he signed the contract, it was a 2-year deal. But then, 1 year and a half actually, because he arrived in January. But then he ended up leaving the club this summer because Cesc Fabregas has already many players in that position and decided not to proceed with Dele Alli as an important player. So Dele preferred to leave the club, say stop to this opportunity in Italy, leave his salary and start with a new chance. So Dele Alli is on the market. Dele Alli is available. We will see where he's going because now he's on Dele to decide what he wants to do, where he wants to go, but for sure, Dele Alli, one of the names to watch now, available as a free agent, and many clubs now could be attentive to this chance with Dele Alli on the market. And so, guys, let me hear your thoughts on all these stories from Ademola Lookman. What do you think about that opportunity? Dele Alli, where do you think should he end up? Which club should go all over this? And then Dibu Martínez, Senne Lammens, but also the situation of Conor Gallagher for Manchester United, and what we said about İlkay Gündoğan. Good luck to Galatasaray. Guys, let me know your opinion here in comments. Remember to like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon.